Hey guys, hoping to do a good enough walkthrough here of the exterior of this. It is one hot, sweaty day down here, and got this at one of our properties we're about to work on the exterior of. So it's a bit of a mess out here, but should get the job done. All right, so this is the back of the camper, and there's really no issues here. Nothing of significance whatsoever. There's no significant issues anywhere, but the couple things that I do know about. This back windshield, when we bought it, there was some discoloration. You may be able to it's just some kind of like, maybe just like a little bit of a fog, a small patch. We weren't worried about it. I suppose we could have like returned the camper, but we were just ready to get going camping, and there's no issue, but you may notice that. Now somewhere right in this region, there is some kind of, I mean, very, very faint line where some of that protective clear coat got disrupted a bit from something we had against the camper, and it's very hard to see, but that's the only thing I know of back there. There's the hitch for carrying bikes if you want, the halo view, max air vent cover. So here we got the stove. It works great. I mean, yes, the cooktop that works great. Little fridge that we love. Issue wise, there is just a small couple of little bitty nicks in the decal here. And I left this table off that hangs up as a nice table that we like to use, because something that has happened is this little bitty part of the decal got rubbed off. You can see over here, this little bit of the clear coat's kind of got rubbed off. We're pushed down. It's been like that for a long time. My guess is it's kind of done with any impact there that it's going to have, but that is something. Nothing really else on the face of the camper. We'll show you this. I never remember it because I don't see it. Here's each wheel. This wheel has something going on. It's not, I don't know. It's just the ones that came with it. You know, these are all brand new tires, but there's just some kind of little discoloration going on with that wheel. We'll come back in a bit and walk you through a lot of the things that come with this. No other issues here. Awning works great. It can extend out even further. It's got that wind sensor, all that stuff I'm sure you've read about. Front of the camper, likewise, no issues, no meaningful issues. There's a little bit of wear and tear on this side, on the passenger side front area. There's actually what they have, that vinyl wrap stuff on the bottoms of it to protect from rock damage. You can see there's one little impact there that got the vinyl wrap. There's a little, let's see if I can get that to focus correctly. Little bitty chip there, the size smaller than a pea. Pretty standard stuff. Now, one thing we had looked at too, just in case, there's no functional issue here. This is just a little wear and tear. It's totally smooth. There's no seal issue there, but that was looked at. And there's just a couple little spots like that from putting the cover off and on. Outside of that, the front of the camper is pristine. There's no mold or mildew or staining. The driver's side has essentially zero impact issues. This is all in great shape. We turned this around. A lot of people turn this around because it gives you a little more room for your tailgate, and you can turn the light on to illuminate, the light from this to illuminate this. Now this cover did get hit with some sap, the most hard to deal with sap ever. You see some water spots here and there, and some sand or something from the thunderstorms. This is fully replaceable if it bothers you very much. You can kind of see it's just straight down the middle, this sap that doesn't want to come off. It didn't bother us very much. It's just one day we took the cover off and left it under a tree while we were changing propane tanks. We left it there while we were out of spot for a while, and that's that. That's probably the most obvious visual issue on the whole thing. There's zero sap anywhere else on the rig. It'll come off of everything else. I don't know why it didn't come off that, to be honest. All right, here's the driver's side of the camper. Zero issues that I know of. No scratches, no nicks, no nothing. As you can tell, extremely few for the entire camper. Here's the ZAMP connection to add in extra solar power if you have a portable solar panel. This is the vent that's tied into the inverter system to help air that out. You can also slide a Starlink cord through it, hot water heater, ventilation, windows, put the bug protector over the exhaust for the heater, hot water heater, and all brand new tires. I think these wheels have much less of any of those issues, but still they're just kind of like, there's no damage to the wheels, there's just some of that stuff. Here's where you plug in for power, plug in cable if you use that. One thing we did do is we had a little bitty leak in the gray tank, and that was part of what got repaired under, I believe it was even under warranty still, through that warranty that's available if y'all want to get that. And so this is all totally squared away. There's a ladder. I'll try and get you a video of the roof here in a bit too. That's where your hose is. It's in there right now. Water, tanks, outdoor shower, storage. We're back here. So again, no issue whatsoever down the driver's side. Essentially 0 issues back here. Little bitty line, a little bitty discoloration there. Couple of things over here in terms of just some of the where the shelf locks in. It's just pushed some of that clear coat sealant stuff that they had. Little bit of stuff to the decals going on. Nothing else going on here. Just a little bit of discoloration on the wheel, or I don't know what the right word is for that. I think in the front side, same thing. No issues. There's 2 little rock dings, and then the sap on the front hood. That you can buy from Intech. You can buy a new one of those whenever you please from Intech. And there's part of the Anderson way distribution hitch system already set up on there at the perfect distance. Now let's check out some of this stuff before we go inside. Here's everything to clean out your tanks. Again, the hose is in that compartment. This we just put in there, all the different stuff. Freshwater hose with our pressure regulator and a splitter, so that you always have extra availability. There's an even more industrial water pressure regulator. Heavy duty extension cord, 2 30-foot 30 amp cords if you ever want to connect them. Here's a connection adapter if you ever really need to extend it for some bizarre reason. You have it, or you just have a backup cord. Surge protector adapter if you ever need to pull from one of these to heavy duty extension cord. Use this adapter. Use this, and you can plug into a house, plug into a friend's house, so on. Now here's the enormous amount of stuff for the hitch. Way too many things here. A brand new 8-inch drop down, a used 8-inch drop down, a slightly used 6 or 5-inch drop down, owner's manual hinge. I've got every tool that I've ever used for tightening lugs, replacing this. You don't need all these tools to use the Anderson hitch. If you're first time assembling it, or having to move it, or having to move this ball up and down, or change it to a different one, or change it to a 2-inch receiver instead of a 3-inch receiver, then you'll need a couple of these other sockets. But here's your torque wrench. Any sockets, I mean, if you don't want these, I'll use these. I use these all the time for other things too. But if you want to leave knowing that you have absolutely everything for any situation imaginable, then this is everything you need here. Full socket set, torque wrench. This does come special with the Anderson, because it's just such a big socket. In general, when you're putting it off and on though, this goes through the chains, and we can go through that. You can watch a YouTube video, I'm sure too. All you really do is just use one of these bigger wrenches, and you tighten these down to the proper chain tension. An extra spring is in here. We have the proper size ball for this. We have a 2-inch ball over there. Here we have 2 X-shocks that are lockable. They really stabilize it when you have a double axle trailer. You put them between the wheels, you crank them down, and it squeezes those wheels. It takes a lot of the bounce out of there, and adds more security. You can lock both of those. So if, for theft reasons, it makes it that much harder for somebody to get away. Likewise, 2 locks here for the wheels. You can attach to it if you ever leave it. There's a hitch lock system. There's the Halo View box. Some toilet paper. There's even more tank cleaning system stuff inside there. Water filter. We'd use our Berkey a lot, but these are nice to have if you don't have some kind of water filter that you appreciate. Bins, extra outdoor shower hose. It's the second one. There's already one in the compartment. It's the toilet wand. Here, this is a bit unique. It's a it's definitely just a homemade project. This is felt with fiberglass inside of it. And there's two of these panels. You can open them up when you're putting the cover on, that front cover on. It does a great job all by itself of protecting the vehicle, but I have read and heard from a couple horror stories of something very random happening in which maybe rock damage, some kind of damage still occurred even through the protective cover. Certainly it's a bug screen and rock help, but so you can slide these directly underneath the cover and button them in, and then you really have an extremely powerful protection. I can't imagine the windshield ever breaking with them on. There's a Starlink. It's not in stow mode right now. I left the router in my office and the cord in my office. Let's take a step inside.